One game, three lives.
Hello there everybody and welcome to episode 5, I believe, of my 3 lives remaining. For this one, now then, I thought I'd go way back in time and do a classic arcade game. So as you can see, I'm on the title page of my hacked Super Nintendo Mini. This is actually the second Super Nintendo Mini I've got. I bought 2 in the end. Because the first one I had, I put a lot of stuff on there, but some of it was a bit jumbled and some of it didn't work properly. So I bought a second one, so I knew what I would do on this one, and I only installed bits, then I knew what I was doing. And I used my other one just as a kind of test, and if you know what I mean. So tested to see what worked, then on this one I'd put everything on it. And then once this one is complete, I'll go back and do the other one. Anyway, right, but I'm getting off subject here. Right, so anyway, so we're here on my hacked Super Nintendo Mini. As you can see, I put a few extra little bits on it. I put the retro arch little thing on it. Just give you a quick look. Put loads more games on it since the last time. I've got Axlay. Axlay's a good one. I'm going to do a 3 lives rain on that one. A few other little bits. Can't remember what I put here, but anyway, right. So if I go into my collections, here we go. And then, as you can see now, I'm using the USB, obviously, host and everything, so I've got my arcade games there. I've got Atari 2600. I'm going to do a classic 3 lives remaining on a couple of those games. C64, it's a bit hit and miss, mainly miss. Game Boy Advance seems to work. Nintendo 64, I can't seem to get these to work. I don't know exactly what I'm doing wrong there. But I know they don't work anyway. I'm not that bothered about N64 because I know there's an N64 Mini coming out soon, so I might just get that instead. Having a bit more luck with PlayStation, 32XC CD, all these. So, Super Nintendo, I've got loads of Super Nintendo games now. And I've installed some of the latest HMods to stop it crashing so much. Because usually what you'd find, you'd get a CA error message sometimes when you shut down the system. Mainly just because, see along the bottom here where you got all your icons. If you have more than about 30 or 40, maybe 50, 60 games along the bottom, it's too much memory for the title page to handle, and so you usually end up crashing or something like that. So if you limit down to 30, but he's actually created a new HMod, KMFD Manic, I think it was him, maybe inclusion with a couple of others, I'm not totally sure, to stop it crashing. So you install that and it should stop it crashing, but obviously you still don't want to go over the top just to make sure. So anyway, so here we are. We're going to go now with my arcade games. And now I've put a few more arcade games on this since the last time. As you can see now, I've got them all sort of like into folders. I've got to do some random pictures for the sports and stuff. And where is it? It is a shoot 'em up. So we're going to go for my shoot 'em ups. Let's see what we got in here. So we got Afterburner. I put Works up the top just so I know that they were working when I tested them anyway. We've got loads more. Some of these are weird games, some of them are Japanese games. But I was watching KMFD Manic's, some of his shoot 'em up, sort of like extravaganza videos. He gives you loads of ideas for games that you might want to get that you've never heard of. Some of these, like Dodon Patchy, is just a bit of a crazy one. And loads of good ones. But we are going to stick here. I'm pretty certain if you've seen the title page by now, you know what I'm going to play. I'm going to play this one. This one is good. I should do this one sometime. This is Vulcan Venture. Great game. Great game. I remember playing this at the Egham Leisure Centre years and years ago. But we are going to stick here. I've rambled on long enough. Let's get GORF. Now, I had GORF working a long time ago. But I remember that there was some sampled speech that I remembered from the arcade game years ago. But it wasn't here, and I just thought, wow, it's just a byproduct of, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose sort of thing. But then I watched KMFD Manic's video, and he had the speech work, and he did explain how to do it. Now, I did try it a while ago, but it didn't really work too well. But what you need to get the sampled speech working, you need the master BIOS files installed on your Nintendo Mini, and if you contact KMFD Manic, I'm sure he can help you out with those. And then you need his HMod, I think it's the MAME samples HMod. And all you do is you open that up, go into it, and if you go into it, you find folder after folder, and you find the MAME. I've got this running on MAME 2014, I believe. And you go into it, and then you need to download the, what is it, the GORF samples. Now I just put a search in Google for GORF sample music, and it did come up with it, and I downloaded a couple, and they work. You just put them in there, install the HMod, and you're good to go. So here we go. Let's get rid of that demo screen. Keep me to turn that demo screen off. So now we should get the speech. So I'm going to keep quiet as this loads up, just so you can hear it. I'm going to turn the sound up and everything. Because it can be a bit patchy, these old games. Now this is classic. Now, the reason why I have it working on this MAME 2014, for some reason, if you put it on 2003, this little bit, hang on if I can get my finger in the screen here, where are we? There we are, there's my finger all blacked out. This little bit here doesn't show up, but it will on MAME 2014. And I remember that bit, which is kind of cool, and I wanted that. So anyway, 1981, this looks like this came out. And it is a classic sort of take on Space Invaders, but it has lots of other different screens, how they attack. You got Galaxians there, you got Space Warp. Space Warp does my head in. But we are going to go. Now, I'm going to give myself 6 lives, or should I go for the full 9? I'm going to go for 9 lives, because this is a hard game. But it's a classic game. Right, you ready? Here we go.
Long live GORF.
Oh, love that voice, man. I love it.
Long live GORF. Push a player button.
Oh, God, that is classic. That voice was cutting edge back in the day. Right, here we go. Here we go.
Scorpion robots. Not dead.
6
Come here.
lives remaining.
Right, here we go. As you can tell, this bit is just exactly like Space Invaders, pretty much. I'm not sure if it was made by the same people who made Space Invaders. I really do not know. But the graphics are pretty much the same. Come here, fuck off. Get fucking... It's hard because it's on a blue screen. You can't always see their fire. Which makes it really, really hard. I'm going to take that red one. Oh, here we go. Right, here we go. But the great thing about this, as you get closer, you can just do like rapid fire. Let's take them out. It does leave you open to their fire though. Oh, you... Fuck you. Oh. I'm not too keen on this laser attack. I'll tell you that now, you fucking bastards.
4 lives remaining.
Come on. I've got to take out that shit, haven't I? He's doing my head in, that little fucking bastard. Fuck you. You little shit.
Your head cross near space cadet.
3 lives remaining.
Fuck you. Ah, I got him.
Scorpion robots. Attack.
Fuck off. I just noticed as well, it's only giving me 6 lives. Maybe you can only have 6 lives, I don't know. Well, I've done the wrong thing on the 2. Fuck you. Oh, come on!
Space cadet.
Yeah, fuck you. This is the bit I'm not very good at. Oh, you little fucker!
1 life remaining.
I'm trying to try and get to the end of this level. Got him. Come here, you little... Fuck. Got him, you little shit. Got him. Oh, you little mothers. Come on, you fuckbits. Ah, that's it. There's enough. Destroyed enough of them. I like this because then... I like this because you get a proper mothership you got to try and take down. And it does the same as you because it's got its own little force field. Love it. You've got to blast down the force field and then you've got to take down the ship. It's a bit like Super Breakout. You've got to get that little flashing bit on the mothership. Sometimes I find it easier just to take pot shots at it and just hopefully eventually you'll get there. Fucking fuck you. Got to get into that little flashing bit, but I've only got one fucking ship. Fuck off! Fucking hell, I've done this the other day, right? I've done it worth first fucking shots. I got him! Yo, fucking hell, that's lucky, wasn't it? So now, obviously what it does now is it just carries on, but now I'm Space Captain instead of Space Cadet. So that is one level done. I've got to get all the way up to Space, I don't know what that is. Space Avenger? Oh, fucking hell.
Another enemy ship destroyed.
One life remaining.
Ah, you little... Come on. Ah, you...
Command Space Captain, I am Adorvian.
Got all the way up to mission 6. How good is that? That is brilliant. Yeah, I think you can only have 6 lives. Well, there you go. At least I figured out what it was. Love it. I love this. It's a classic game, and it's such a simple sort of game. And it's just a bit of a, what's the word if you want to sort of say it, like a bit of a brush of fresh air over just the ordinary Space Invaders, because obviously that was very samey. Same with Galaxians, really. Right, so that is it. This has been Graham with episode 5 of my 3 Lives Remaining. Yeah, hope you liked it, and I shall see you all next time. Bye for now.
1 day, 3